It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up next.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They fake the give. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Ready. 21G.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second down. Here's Mostert again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Mostert will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Yellow. 15. 43. 15.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. 21G. 21G. Out.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he gets it down to the 32. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Downfield. Offense.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
44. Ready. Watch it, Austin.
Here's Tua. There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Here's Mostert. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. They'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
15. Hey, 57, 50. Easy.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
15.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Down inside the 40.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Yellow. Hey, yellow, go. Attack.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. Down the sideline he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yellow. Yellow. 50, yellow. Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Yellow. Hey, 43. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Attack!
To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
15. Sunday.
Mahomes now to throw. Finding room at midfield. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Line. Yellow. 15. 43. 40.
Now here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
15. Yellow. Here goes 15. 15. Hey, 57. Easy.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now 2nd and 9.
Yellow. Hey, rip list. Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a quick throw right side. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Pacheco, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Hill will opt for the touchback. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And going deep for Hill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come in off a touchdown drive. The last time they had the ball, that cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Yellow. Hey, 15. Yellow. Come back. Yellow. Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Yellow.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and 4.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 15. Hey, 57, color, 57, color. Hey, Ripland. Right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Attack! 57. 15, 15.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are back within a score. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
28 yards.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yellow. 15.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey.
43. 43. What's that?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yellow, yellow. 15. What's that?
Now back to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Hey, 57, 57. Easy.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught. He will have the conversion and more than that. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
21G.
Tua, a final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we've reached halftime in a wild first.
Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now Tua. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
20, TX. Longer, long. Out.
Looking to pass. Tua. Finding room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready. 32 stand.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, 21 TX. Number 1, high.
Tua sets up to pass it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa on the move to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Turbo 3, kick. Out.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Hey, 15, yellow. Come back.
Now Mahomes. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he's into the clear again.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy.
77 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd. Back now in Tampa. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
44.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Hill. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to take another shot here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He had it on line, gave it a pretty good ride, too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And, Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 40, hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Locates Hardman for another.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 78 yards.
And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now here's Mahomes. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Yellow, 15. 43, 43, 15. Hero, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Hey, 57, 57. Easy. Hey, rip list. Yellow. Hey, yellow. Hey, go gun. Attack. Attack. Right side.
Now it's Mahomes again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, 15. Yellow. Come back.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a gain of 38. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Mahomes now to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
from 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 97 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a second down and 4. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. This second and 4. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's right, no. 20, TX.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 13. Less than 90 seconds to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Attack, attack! Yellow! Hey, 57, 57. Hey, Ripley, Ripley!
Here's Mahomes.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Mahomes.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Yellow.
Mahomes. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy, 70 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. Miami set to take over.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, that's it. Number 1.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Time on 3, kick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
Hey, come on 2. Come on 2. Out.
They'll try and run for it. There he goes right side. Inside the 10. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that would just about put a capper on this game. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day,
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go here in Sao Paulo.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's Pacheco once again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front. We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. A give right side for Pacheco. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. He's had success on this drive, but not on this play. Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field. Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Swings this out for Hunt. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Pacheco. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal.
43! 43! 15.
They'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Butker's kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense.
They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Gtowncapp.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
Gtowncapp and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Turbo 1 high! Turbo 1 high!
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Looking to pass. Tua.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Out route to Hill, complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
It's safe. Go ahead. Turbo 1 high. Let's go.
Tua sets up to pass it.
He's got it at the 15.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Durham Smythe, 48 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
15. Hey, 57, 57. Easy.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes eluding the pressure right.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Attack! Attack! Hey, 43. Hey, color. Hey, 15. Where's it?
Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
That's laid out deep for Rice. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now Tua.
A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Solo left Zion.
From midfield, here's Tua.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're right here.
From the gun, it's Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first and goal.
Here's Mostert. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's caught. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Solo left, Zion. Solo left, play.
On play action, here's Tua. Out. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Michael Dana in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Sanders' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Yellow, yellow. Wait, wait. Yellow. Right, right.
Now here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 43, 10.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mahomes now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest. And they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Now it's Mahomes again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Delay of game, offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Yellow. 15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Xavier Worthy.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time.
Way.
They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
21. Yeah.
Here's Tua.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, fellas, listen up. Out!
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Watch it, Austin.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Holding, offense.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled out a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Hey, 57, 57. Easy.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score.
That's a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 5.
Go ahead.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Hey, get set. 32 stinger.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
20, TX. Out.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Ready.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Long. Hey, 21 TA.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
Turbo three, kick. Ready.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Attack!
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
20 TX.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Number 1, all right, let's go.
Looking to pass. Tua completes it to the tight end Smythe. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Hey!
They'll bring a tight end in motion right.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Yellow. Come back.
Throwing now is Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Hey, come on, two.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. 66 yards.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They're right here. Whoa. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
All right, come on. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. 21G, 21G.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football?
They've got his man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Raheem Mostert.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
20, TX.
Tua going to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Long. Hey, 21, TX. Double 1, high. Out.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go. Hey.
From the gun, it's Tua.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
15. Hey, 57. Easy. Right time.
Mahomes going up top. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Xavier Worthy,
40 yards.
and the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he goes out right around the 39.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
32 stand. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Tua. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Get set.
Tua. They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
Ready. East, right, slow.
Throwing Tua.
Going for the deep ball.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10.
Number 1.
Here's Mostert. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here's 3rd down and 5.
Ready. Watson, Oscar. 20, TX.
Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A handoff running left is Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
On third down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where Mexico City will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The first contest played here is still the highest attended game in NFL history. And crowds pushing 80,000 continue to arrive. Glad you could join us, everyone. Alongside Brock Hewitt up in the booth. Scott, and this contest isn't quite the level matchup that typical good games are born from, partner. One side clearly favored over the other.
Yeah, well, you know where this comes from? A trap game. That's where this comes from.
Yep.
In any sport, from the NFL to basketball to soccer, playing at home, we know this can be the great equalizer that gives the steepest underdogs a fighting chance, and you can feel it in the building today.
I was going to say, you can already hear this home crowd rallying in support of that upset. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground. Massive hit. The ball is out. And the Dolphins got it. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Gtowncapp.
You really do love these moments as a quarterback, bouncing on that field, energized by what your defense just did, giving you a gift at the turnover and some really optimal field position. Wouldn't it be rude, Kate, of them not to accept that gift and put an early lead up to really crush their opponent's spirit?
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
44, ready. Long. Get on.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Hits his target. That's Durham Smythe. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
They're right here. Hey, 21, T8. Ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Stays it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Aubrey puts it through. And they're on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Sanders all set to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Putting a receiver in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Hey, 73. 73.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Don't touch that.
1st down, a run with Barkley. He's across the 20, still going. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Right.
They're going to run with Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll try again with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Go Silver, ready? Silver, silver, silver.
On fourth down, Hurts. And they won't do it. That fall's incomplete on fourth down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Hey, come on, two. Come on, two. Come on, two. Out.
The drive begins with a run for Mostert. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Working quickly here.
Let's go.
2 and out from the gun. Pass caught by Smythe. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Get set. Turbo one high. Turbo one high.
Shotgun handoff for Mostert. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Hey.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Miami. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Slot man motioned over. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He puts some juice on a deep throw. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So before they can... We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points.
Hey, easy, 63, back.
First down throwing for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And now they face 2nd down. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing a kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Ball set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Dolphins are headed out there alongside Jalen Waddle for this next series. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Wide. Step. Out.
First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Darius Slay with the stop.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready. Hey, turbo one, turbo one. Hey, 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 hey. Whoa. Shut.
From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Come on, 2. Solo left Zion. Out.
3rd and long for him here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Solo left Zion. 21G, 21G.
Now Tagovailoa on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Good. 63.
Hurts looking to throw. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
From the 23. Has it at the 7. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here.
All right, fellas, listen up. Watch it, Oscar.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Now, after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. They're down to their final one in this half. If only every drive could start like this, right, partner? First and goal to begin this one. Man in motion here. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
73! 73!
Barkley will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Hey, 73! 73! Time up, Yanni!
They send a man in motion.
73! 73!
Third down from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. The right side caught by Smith. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
20, TX. Out.
First down, here's Tua. Has his man, it's Smythe. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. We're to the 2-minute warning from Mexico. It's the Dolphins looking at 2nd and 1.
Go ahead. 21G.
A give to Mostert out of the gun. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
32 stand.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. He's trying to go deep again. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
All right. Hey, 21 TA.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here's Tagovailoa again. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This return makes it up to the 25. The Eagles returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Hurts now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jordan Poyer has it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. We stop him right as he gets up past the 15. The Eagles back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. Drive starts out with a first and 10. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Catch is made down the right sideline. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On first down, Hurts able to get it to Barkley. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Hey, Silver. Yeti. Hey, easy. 63.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first.
63. Hey, Kyle up Yeti. Hey, 73.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete. He got the feet down, but he goes out right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
73. Kyle up Yeti.
Hurts throwing again. He connects downfield on 4. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Alpha. Tiger Hornet. Back.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Dolphins are going to take over after the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here's a give inside to Mostert. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Hey.
Tua now from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Number 1. Hey.
Looking to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Solo left Zion.
Back to throw it. He's going deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We have reached halftime. Already a full game's worth of excitement in just 2 quarters. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the 3rd quarter right away. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. First and 10 now from the 30.
Turbo 3, kick. Ready.
Staying between the tackles with Mostert. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Keely Ringo making the play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
All right, 20 TX. Out.
They'll go again with Mostert. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
It's safe. Go ahead. Solo left Zion.
First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins push the lead to 2 scores now. Sanders all set to send it away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Escapes the pocket. Pass complete to Campbell. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
63, 63. Hey.
First down throwing for Hurts. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up second down.
Kyle left Yeti. Kyle left Yeti. No touchdown. Kyle left Yeti. Hey, 73, 73. Kyle left Yeti. 73, 73. Kyle left Yeti. No touchdown.
Hurts setting up to throw. On the move, headed right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Mostert. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Keely Ringo making the play. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, come on, 2. Come on, 2. Come on, 2.
Going right back to Mostert. And in it's a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Good. 21G, 21G. Stat.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Called in by Waddle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
All right, come on.
Tua off the play fake. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles return this one to the 10 before that return is halted. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
Hurts looking to throw. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. Give him 4 on the play. Doesn't help a ton because they're still left with 3rd and 15. Here's another carry for Barkley. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He gets 2 out of it, but it's going to be 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And he gets it away from his end zone. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. Running on first with Mostert. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Zach Bond with the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Watch it, Oscar.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. All set up now for 1st and 10. Tua looking to throw. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins take a 16-point lead. Sanders all set to send it away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Hurts. He's on the move. Now he takes it.
You know, that's exactly how a defense should adapt as the play progresses. They blanketed everybody in coverage, but still kept all eyes on the quarterback to keep him from breaking containment. He got out for no gain, but that feels like a sack for those defenders.
Hey, Silver.
2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
63, 63. Don't touch that. Hey. Kyle up, get it. Kyle up, get it. Don't touch.
On fourth down, Hurts. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it.
Yeah, hit it.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Hey, turbo one. Out.
Now it's Mostert. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the third quarter. So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a...
Ready.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Long.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
Number 2. Hey, 21 TA. All right, fellas, listen up. Hey.
Tagovailoa facing third and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Hey, 73. Kyle up, get it. Don't touch it.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He throws a bullet to this. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
He's throwing for it. Flushed out of the pocket. And that pass is caught. They get the 2 points and a little drama now. We've got ourselves a one-score ball game. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
21G.
Mostert with it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
32 Stinger.
It's Mostert on second down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Third and short, Mostert. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Go ahead.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down.
Number 1, high. Let's go. Help!
Here's Tagovailoa. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Oh, and he can't follow through. We had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. The visitors and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. Well, Brock, it only took one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, Silver.
Throwing now, off play action. He's trying another one deep. Caught at the 20-yard line. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles down by only 2 in the 4th. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And they draw just the right throw, and it ties this game for them. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go ahead. Number 1.
A give left side to Mostert. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
2nd and 3. This finds Smith. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
All right.
They'll try it right with Mostert. Works his way to the 35. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. the Dolphins take a fourth quarter lead. Raheem Mostert, the touchdown. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Gtowncapp. Hey, 73, 70. Kyle Yeti. Gtowncapp.
Hurts now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's second down coming up.
Great.
They've got a man in motion.
Kyle Yeti. Alpha. Gtowncapp.
Second down. Hurts throwing again. He rolls to his right. He's on the move. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Hurts. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So that brings up fourth and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Desperation time here on fourth. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
First down, here's Tua. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. On the ground, it's Mostert. And he's not going to get anything as that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready. Turbo three, kick.
Here's the give to Mostert. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up third and 4.
Ready. 20 TX.
Handoff headed left to Mostert. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage. The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Sanders all set to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Go Silver, ready?
They're going play action. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Quick throw left side complete. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers. And it's been done less than 50 times in league history.
Phil King.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Another shot at this extra point here. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. Oh, the Eagles are celebrating, and they did! They got that one back!
Illegal touching, offense.
Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. New set of downs for him from the 46. They run it with Mostert. And he's able to take this up pretty close to that 40-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hey, time out 2. Time out 2. Time out 2. Out.
They give it to Mostert. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
44, ready.
Here's a give inside to Mostert. Room to run inside the 20. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins making a 9-point advantage. Raheem Mostert, the touchdown. Now that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys too, but he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines, but for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second.